Hey, what is up everybody? Gannon here, back with another Captain's Chair video. So many things happened during First Contact Day 2021, and I'm really sorry to say that Discovery, we might have to cancel Discovery, guys. With all that being said, let's get right into it. Okay, so First Contact Day 2021 happened this year. It happens every year. We celebrate the first contact in the Star Trek lore between the Vulcans and the humans. We also really get into and are excited about basically the best movie Star Trek has ever made, First Contact. I did not watch First Contact Day live. I didn't. I actually just enjoyed my First Contact Day. I invited my friend Caleb over. We made some food and we watched First Contact on VHS. I'm definitely more of see the highlights afterwards type of guy. And after I saw the teaser trailers, the highlights, all the new info for the upcoming shows, I have seriously such mixed emotions of both being completely excited for Star Trek this year and also really dangerously worried. Obviously, the big things that they showed off at First Contact Day included Season 4 of Discovery teaser trailer. We got the teaser trailer for Season 2 of Picard, and then we also got a teaser trailer for Season 2 of Lower Decks, and we got info and the reveal of Janeway in the upcoming series Prodigy. I think I should start with Discovery because Discovery is probably the most talked about series on my channel, and so far, from Alex Kurtzman Trek and New Trek, it is my favorite thing that Trek has created so far. The only thing that was really significant about Discovery is the trailer, and I gotta say that the Discovery trailer is 100% the first red flag that I saw on First Contact Day. The Discovery trailer, I mean, it visually looked good. We also, for some reason, have taken the uniform scene at the season finale of Season 3, and we have put in the more TNG-esque department colors, so they're very vibrant and bright, similar to what they did with the leather biker war jackets in the first season, and they switched that up and they turned that into the Enterprise brightly colored department colors on the Enterprise. So while I am always excited to see new uniform designs, the last uniform design, it seems like maybe won't even be used at all, the one that we saw at the end of Season 3. To be honest though, like, I don't even really care. It's literally the same uniform design, except that it's a different color, maybe slight differences. They're basically the same uniform. And you know me, I'm super excited for uniforms. I'm super excited for visual changes. A lot of the times, those kind of things, when they do them in Star Trek Discovery, it kind of makes up for the more bumpy things that Star Trek Discovery tends to do from time to time. Last season was kind of indisputably Star Trek Discovery's worst season. It had some of its greatest moments so far, but the burn and the whole dystopian theme going on for that season was a letdown. It was common consensus among the community that towards the end of Season 3, it was just kind of bad and lazy writing, and it really didn't satisfy or satiate a lot of the people expecting a little bit more. And this trailer, bro, it really frightens me. I gotta be honest, I think I would have been hooting and hollering about my last 3 videos that I've made about Discovery Season 3 about how I am so excited. They really have it set up perfectly now to make it a little bit more Trek-esque, and for me to just completely fall in love with this show. My heart fucking sinks, bro, and I feel like so many other people's hearts sank when they just got that teaser trailer of the only thing I really saw in that teaser trailer that had any significance that made me think like, oh, that's cool, was literally the uniforms. Beyond that, I just got more fucking Michael Bay explosions and them just kind of alluding towards another dystopian gravitational threat. Like, what the flying hell are you guys doing? You got everybody screaming at you guys that you're setting your stakes up so high, and then this teaser trailer, there's no theme present, there's no allusion to them kind of putting the Federation back together. There's nothing like that. It's literally just like everything everybody is bitching about I saw in that little teaser trailer. Another dystopian space anomaly that's going to fuck everything that they're really scared of. More just explosions, you know, they're floating, anti-grav, but it's just like, guys, another dystopian, like, gravitational anomaly. literally, that's what you're going to be theming this season around? I don't want that. I want Michael Burnham and her Flower Power crew to actually do some good exploring and show me that they're capable of being slightly traditionally Trek. Because right now, what I got from that trailer was literally just Michael Bay. Nothing. I didn't take away anything from that trailer, and you guys know I don't want to completely shit on something before I've seen it, but it just makes me extremely, extremely worried. I really hope and pray that that anomaly that they're talking about in the teaser trailer isn't really what this season is going to be about, and that that is going to be possibly the story for maybe at max 3 episodes. Please, please do that. Please give us multiple story arcs in this episode that are shorter. I'm not screaming for you to make Discovery episodic when it's clearly not, but I just don't want this bullshit where you center the whole season around a single theme or like a single enemy or a single anomaly, and then at the end of the season I just end up being underwhelmed by you building up and hyping up this thing from the very start. It's just, it's not what I want anymore. I want you to actually have Captain Burnham going around making first contact, putting the Federation together, and doing that stuff. But yeah, that's how I feel about Discovery. I'm extremely worried. I am actually shaking in my boots. It could really go downhill. Like, they could really do all the wrong things, and I might have to hop on the Discovery, like, hate train, dude. Because there were some things in Season 3 that made the lazy writing towards the end of the season, it made me kind of forget about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can forgive it. You did some really good things this season, some things that I really liked, but you can't do it again. You really can't do it again. I will seriously begin to criticize this show. If you have watched any of my Star Trek content, you know that I am a Star Trek Discovery stan. I have historically been very excited about watching and getting more Discovery content, but this new trailer, guys, it does not have me hyped. It has me worried. I am very sorry to say that, but that's just the way it is. That teaser trailer was not doing it for me. Lower Decks teaser trailer. What can I really say about the Lower Decks teaser trailer other than I like Lower Decks? I don't think Lower Decks is amazing. It's crazy. It's like one of the best things Star Trek has ever done, but compared to like the animated series, it's a good animated medium. It's funny. You have a lot of good references. It's harmless, and also those moments when they actually try to bring in characters and themes from the expanded lore and like the main lore from the shows, like when they brought in Riker at the end of the series, that was just so awesome. And then you see Riker in the trailer in this teaser. Really excited to see that because so many people were excited to see more Riker and Troy in Lower Decks, and that's seemingly exactly what we're getting. Lower Decks, I really can't complain about it. You saw a bunch of references in the teaser. You know, I saw some Cardassian espionage. I saw that one game. I don't know if that's Parisi Squares. I need to go check. The game that Riker plays with his father in the TNG era. I don't know if it's Parisi Squares. I don't think it is. I think it's a completely like other game that they play. You see a Mariner playing that game and doing some Cardassian espionage. More references, more goofy moments. I definitely warmed up to Lower Decks in the later half of Season 1, and I can say that Lower Decks is good, and I'm looking forward to watching Season 2. It's not going to be anything crazy or amazing, but with Riker and the Titan and all those things to actually get me excited about what's going on in the show, I just think that Lower Decks is going to continue to get stronger from here on out, and that was a good teaser trailer. Definitely a stark contrast to the Discovery trailer, which actually, it has me mortified. I'm sorry, guys. The Discovery trailer really has me worried and really has me a little bit disappointed, but I want Discovery Season 4 to be good. It's just that that teaser trailer, my hopes aren't really high right now, guys. The most important thing to me was the Picard teaser because we have a really iconic character that's confirmed to be returning, Q. But first, before we get into that, we have to talk about Star Trek Prodigy because I've actually been wanting to make a video about Star Trek Prodigy since they released the images of the main animated alien cast, because as soon as I saw that picture, I also got a little bit worried. I was looking at this like DreamWorks looking Monsters vs. Aliens cast of just aliens that don't look too Trek-like, but now that I'm thinking about it more, that they are kind of Trek-like. You have a robot, you have this like blue slime creature, you have this one purple looking character with a crazy hair mohawk going on, and he looks a little bit apish. Then you have a long, lanky humanoid character, the guy who looks like he lives in a trash heap, and then finally you have this giant, soft-looking rock monster in overalls. We've actually got a lot more context on the show. They revealed how Janeway is actually going to be implemented into the series in the form of a supplemental training hologram. Now, when I first saw like the images for the cast, I was a little bit worried. I was like, oh my gosh, are they about to make some dog shit? But with more context context given to me and more information fed to me, and now that I've actually looked into Star Trek Prodigy, I'm very happy that I didn't make a video criticizing it prematurely, because I'm actually excited about Star Trek Prodigy like no cap. At first, I saw the cast of characters. It was a Nickelodeon show. Nickelodeon has literally not been good in at least 10 to 7 years. Nickelodeon went from being the preteen awesome channel to being like shovel money into the Hollywood entertainment, and then you get all these really garbage children's sitcoms and cartoons that are completely ass. But then I heard that the people producing this new Prodigy show, this show that is supposed to be a demographic mainly for children, alright, so I can't expect me to be like, oh, hype about Star Trek Prodigy. When I saw the animation style for Star Trek Prodigy from like the crew reveal, it reminded me a lot of the Clone Wars and the Rebels. I'm pretty sure that this is supposed to be a Rebels competitor. I feel like I'm getting that same vibe from Prodigy. It's definitely not like super friendly, like people die and there are dark moments in Rebels, but it is a lot more kid friendly than the Clone Wars. I feel like this is definitely going to be a Rebels competitor. It is going to be produced by I thought it was the Hageman brothers, the Hageman twins first. It's the Hageman twins. These two guys have actually been making children's shows for a while. They have produced a literal work of art. These are the guys that produced and created Ninjago, Masters of Spinjitzu, and Ninjago is lit. The first couple seasons of Ninjago, I know the show went on a little bit too long and it might have fallen off, but the first couple seasons of Ninjago, when they did the Garmadon arcs, and then there was also that whole snake arc where they summoned like a snake demon creature in the Lego sets, those were really hard. Those are some pretty good produced children's shows. So as soon as I heard that the Hageman twins are actually going to be the people working on this, I just got a lot more excited, and seeing people who have experience bringing a kid's show to life, it just gives me a little bit more faith. So basically what the show is about is that it is around 7 to 10 years after Voyager. I think after like listening to the stardates they were talking about. This is after Nemesis. So by this time, Janeway is at least a vice admiral. I think she was a vice admiral in Nemesis. So Janeway is older. This is basically like a motley crew of aliens that are in the Delta Quadrant, and they stumble upon this Starfleet ship that has somehow made its way into the Delta Quadrant. They're probably going to commandeer it. The Janeway hologram is going to turn on and probably get a little bit more personal as things go on. But you have to keep in mind that it is not Janeway. It is a hologram that's an impression of Janeway. So while it will act Janeway-like, we cannot expect the hologram to be the carbon copy of the Janeway we all know and love. And Kate Mulgrew actually made a note of this on First Contact Day to say like, hey, we're going to make holographic Janeway just slightly different. And the way they phrased it, it didn't give me the type of like worrisome character slaughter type of vibe when they said this on First Contact Day. It kind of gave me the like, okay, that's actually kind of an immersive thing to have the hologram act a little bit different than Captain Janeway herself. We really only have the image of Captain Janeway. We really only have just the gist rundown synopsis of the show at this point. We don't know anything else. We don't have any images or footage or even a teaser trailer. Really, we just have images of the cast. So I really cannot say for sure or not whether this is going to be like a great show or not. It is supposed to be a children's show that is supposed to open up the world of Star Trek into the demographic that is children. The Hageman brothers, during their interview on First Contact Day, were really speaking as though they knew how to make a children's show. So for all those reasons, I'm going to say right here that Star Trek Prodigy was worrying me at first, but not so anymore. The more I look at the cast, the more I can kind of compare them to Star Trek aliens we've seen in the past, but I do think the potential for Star Trek Prodigy really does lie in its ability to kind of pop in some really awesome Easter eggs into there, the same way that Rebels does with Star Wars now. In Rebels, they actually introduced and expanded the lore. Grand Admiral Thrawn was made a canon character in that show. They even had a duel between Darth Vader and Ahsoka. At the end of Rebels, we had an Obi-Wan versus Darth Maul like finisher in the canon. They did so many awesome things for Rebels. Basically, what I'm in need at some point in Star Trek Prodigy is for the crew, this motley crew of aliens, they need to at some point in the later seasons of the show have them come in contact with or just show on screen in some fashion. We need to see Admiral Janeway animated as well. That is just going to be like the icing on top of the cake. We need to see that sometime in Star Trek Prodigy. If you are going to go through all the work and hype of bringing Janeway back in this holographic format as to not fuck up her character too much, we just need to see Admiral Janeway, I think, at least once to make that really awesome Easter egg just something that would make everybody happy, just like all those awesome scenes that they did in Rebels. And even though Rebels is way more kid-friendly than that of the Clone Wars, it still easily competes with the Clone Wars story-wise because they decided to do so many awesome things that actually affected the Star Wars timeline and the Star Wars universe. Please don't have a Season 3 repeat. Please. It's the last thing we need. I don't need like half of the Star Trek community bitching and badgering about how you guys are actually not doing your jobs on Discovery. You need to have better writing, and we need to get rid of this dystopian anomaly shit. Like, it's really getting on my nerves. If that gravimetric thing is actually longer than 5 episodes, I'm gonna be so tilted. I want Star Trek Discovery to be good more than anything in the world, but sometimes it does let you down. Sometimes it does, and I'm really hoping that Season 4 won't be one of those times. Okay, final thing we need to talk about is Picard. I'll keep this short because I could probably ramble about this for a long time. Q is coming back into Picard. He is one of the most beloved characters in all the Star Trek franchise, basically made the TNG. He is one of the best characters in Star Trek, period. So after a weak Season 1 of Picard, Season 1 of Picard is weak. They actually had some production hiccups in that show that from an amateur, like, I'm not even like a filmmaker or anything, I could just see like, bro, that was lazy. Like, the copy and paste ships, the writing at some point was really lazy. The cast, they just did questionable things with the main cast at some points in the show. I do want to make a video eventually about how they can like fix Season 1 of Picard and also what they need to do in the future of Picard to make it better, but I will say this season has so much potential to be amazing. I say this a lot about Trek, but it really does. Like, even more so than when I was talking about how good Season 4 of Discovery could be, if you're bringing back John Delancey as Q in a live-action format, and then also last season's theme was like androids, Data, and Romulans. This show is definitely like a personal drama that is revisiting Picard, and each season is going to basically present a couple themes that are going to revisit different aspects of the original Picard in the TNG. So whereas first season was Romulans, espionage, androids, and Data, this next season is going to deal with time and Q, and with Q in the mix, guys, anything is fucking possible. This dude is an omnipotent time traveling. He can go anywhere he wants. He can go to the ends and fabric of existence. You can do anything. Like, the fact that they are making time and time travel the theme of the season, it could be absolutely fucking trash. It could be horribly underwhelming, no encouragement track, or they could do some totally awesome shit. What if there was like a reference Easter egg scene where they literally just transported Picard away to the set of like a different Enterprise, like the NX-01 or like the TOS Enterprise? They could transport him anywhere. They could do so many awesome things. They could have him meet or call back any of these really awesome older characters. There's so much potential. The potential is infinite for this season, and I really want it to be good. I really want it to be good. And I could sit here and tell you about like, this is the things that they need to do. These are the things that I'm wanting, but at the end of the day, it seems like Alex Kurtzman is just going to do whatever the hell he wants. So I am very patiently waiting to see how great or how incredibly mediocre Star Trek Picard Season 2 is. And I only say that makes me sound like a Trek hater, but Season 1 of Picard was weak and they need to make up for it. The way that Star Trek Discovery Season 4 is looking like, it is very much possible that we can get uber fucked this year and just have a weak season of Discovery and a weak season of Picard and just like a good season of Lower Decks, and then I'll probably just be really depressed at that. I'll be really sad. Don't let that happen. Please, Alex Kurtzman and the crew, please don't let that happen. So yeah, let's just do a quick recap. Star Trek Discovery Season 4, of course, I want it to be good and I want it to be great, but as it stands, it is kind of scaring me. Star Trek Prodigies, I'm weirdly excited for it, especially with the new context given to me and the research I've done. It actually seems like this could be a promising children's show that could really expand the demographic of Trek into that children's audience. Lower Decks is good, and I feel like this season is also going to be good. I don't think it's going to be great, but I do feel like there's going to be even more moments this season that are going to get me like, oh, hype, like what they did at the end of the season with Riker and the Titan. And then Picard, also really excited for it. Infinite potential, infinite possibilities. I really want this to be like an awesome fan service season, because whereas the first season of Picard was definitely not that, this season has like all the potential in the world to do that. I'm really trying to like be better at looking into my camera, because people always complain that I look into my viewfinder and I look at myself rather than looking into the camera, but but I never like looking at this black void of nothingness, and I'm also like ADHD as hell, so it's a bit tough for me, but I'm trying to get better. So yeah, I'm excited for all the new Star Trek content to come this year. The only thing that I'm saying is that it has the potential to be a shaky year, as much as it has the potential to be an awesome one at this point, and we're just gonna have to wait and see what they can deliver us, see what kind of Trek entertainment we've got in store this year. But yeah, with all that being said, those are just my takeaways after seeing all the clips and all the new content, all the information that we got from First Contact Day. Really mixed emotions, but how are you guys feeling? Are you excited for the new Trek that's coming this year? Are you also in the same boat as me, where after seeing a couple of those teasers, you're slightly worried but also slightly excited? If you enjoyed the video, please slap a like on it. If you're enjoying the content that you see on the channel, I'd be very flattered if you were to subscribe. And with that, live long and prosper, and I'm gonna have to see you guys in the next one.